Let's keep going. Let's see what this guy wants us to do. Good evening. Well, good evening to you too.
Good morning.
Oh, okay. Good morning instead.
To you as well. You taking a trip?
I've decided to do something about the house, and you're going to help me. Get it?
What? Me? Animus database Davenport Homestead. Didn't I already read that? No, I didn't. So, this lovely little collection of buildings was the headquarters of the original Assassin Order of the Colonies, a modest masyaf, if you will. Sometime during the 7 Years' War, the Templars made their move and destroyed it during their assassin witch hunt. By which I mean there was a witch hunt for assassins, not that there were assassin witches. Achilles survived the attack and stuck around to keep the manor standing, barely, by the looks of it. Once Connor came along, it flourished again for several decades, even surpassing its former glory. Then it suddenly vanished early in the 19th century. Any manor that can suddenly vanish is both interesting and unsettling in the same measure, though probably not a great investment. Why wouldn't they go back and actually try to kill the guy? Sequence 5, Boston 1770. And kill the dude.
Don't stare.
What? Sorry.
I need a woman. I've never had a
Come
woman
on.
in my life. I'll take anyone. Anyone will do.
This place is incredible. The people, the sounds and smells. I could walk these streets for days and know not even half its wonders.
I thought the same as you upon a time. These days, I much prefer the quiet of the countryside.
But there is so much life here. So many opportunities.
For a few, my boy. For a few.
So, are we actually in Boston? Yeah, we are. Okay, now there's new stuff here. There's an almanac page there. There was an almanac page there too. Wait, there's more. I can see all of them. Why can't I actually see all of them? Huh. Don't enter into conflict. Of course not, man. Of course not. I never enter into conflicts. Except when I do.
There's a store close to here. You're to buy the items on this list. Tell them where the carriage is, and they'll see that it's loaded. Understood?
Yes.
Good. You're also going to need a new name. Your skin is fair enough that you might pass for one with Spanish or Italian blood. Better to be thought a Spaniard than a native. And both are better still than I.
That is not true.
What's true and what is aren't always the same.
What would you call me then?
Connor. Yes, that will be your name. All right then, off you go.
Connor Kenway. Visit the general store for Achilles. Talking to merchants can make them available for further trading with the homestead. Huh. Interesting. Time to go buy stuff. So, why is there so many almanacs here now? I mean, I need to go there anyway, so... Yeah, there's new, like... It's floating up there, and I guess it starts moving when you go near it or something. Bunch of grapes. Yeah, you need to, like, follow them. I need to read those entries, but I'm going to see how this goes. For whatever reason it didn't grab that, but... Okay, so there were like a lot of entries, I think. Bunch of grapes. This was one of the meeting places of the Sons of Liberty. The attraction of this particular tavern may have been that the library, which included many anti-British books, or it might have been its reputation as the finest punch house in Boston. Or it might even have been its location, which is right down the street from the old State House, where the legislature met and where the Boston Massacre occurred. Or it might have been the Dark Knight. While I'd love to use the fact that the Patriots met in taverns to imply all kinds of things about them, I should point out that taverns were places to do business as well as drink, and that alcohol was viewed as, more or less, the cure for all ills. You're waiting for a punchline, but that's actually true. Those are the kind of doctor's orders I crave. What an alcoholic. Stamp Act. Date passed March 22nd, 1765. The Stamp Act was the British government's attempt to recoup some of the money they spent during the French and Indian War by taxing the American colonists who theoretically benefited most from it. Parliament chose a stamp tax because it was simple, easily implemented, and the colonists couldn't smuggle their way out of paying it. All papers, from newspapers to legal documents to lawyers' licenses, would need to purchase a government stamp to be used. Colonists, however, didn't think Britain had the right to tax them at all, since there were no colonial representatives in Parliament, hence the snappy revolutionary slogan, "No taxation without representation." They also resented the suggestion that they were responsible for Britain's war debt, since the colonial militia had a huge role in fighting and winning the French and Indian War. Huge public protests were organized, run by groups who called themselves the Sons of Liberty. Merchants declared a boycott of British goods. Perhaps most importantly, the people assigned to collect the tax were threatened and intimidated into resigning. The Massachusetts stamp distributor was even paraded through Boston by the Sons of Liberty and forced to resign at the Liberty Tree. No stamp taxes were ever collected, and British repealed the Stamp Act in March 1766. But it wasn't an entire victory for the colonies. Parliament then passed something called the Declaratory Act, essentially stating that Britain had the absolute right to tax the colonists and there wasn't anything the colonists could do about it. Nothing, that is, except start their own country. I've always fancied doing that. Pocket Bros. One of the issues surrounding the American Revolution was that the colonies had no representatives and thus no say in British Parliament. To add insult to injury, some of parts of the United Kingdom that had no actual residents did have seats in Parliament. Really? This essentially meant landowners could give the cushy government appointments to whomever they wanted. These areas were known as pocket boroughs because the landowner had them in his pocket, or rotten boroughs. A fun game is to guess why. One of the first examples was the borough of Old Sarum, which had no voters and 2 seats in Parliament. However, it wasn't the only one. Pocket boroughs were numerous. As of 1761, it's estimated that 250 of the 558 parliamentary boroughs were under this kind of patronage, and the problem wasn't really corrected until the late 19th century. So when the colonists were complaining that the British government was hopelessly corrupt, they had a point. God damn it. No almanac, no fun. Let's visit the general store. Can I actually buy anything? I can sell stuff. I might need it for crafting, but who cares? I'll get them later on then. Seems to be fairly common.
I need the items on this list.
Will you be paying with coin or trade?
Oh, tasty coins. I'll eat them.
Some of these things I have, some I don't. Lumber's hard to come by since my supplier up and vanished. I have the tools and pitch, though. Nails, too. So, where do you want this delivered?
Our wagon is near the State House.
What the fuck? I need that coin. I really do. Return to Achilles. Can I actually buy anything? He wasn't German before. Oh, this is the same place. So, there's small weapons. Assassin Tomahawk. Stone Tomahawk. Iron Tomahawk. Stone Dagger. Why is that yellow? Because I have it, I guess. Or... Dirk doesn't have a parrying. Crafting recipe can be found in chest in New York from sequence 10. This is a knife masterpiece of its kind. Each individual part of the knife has been cleverly cut down from pieces from a longer hanger sword, which gives it a unique look. While it shows some signs of use, you can be confident of its durability. This is a sturdy and well-made piece of equipment. War Tomahawk crafting recipe. Available in the shop from sequence 7. Crafting recipe. Crafting recipe. The game tells you where you can find those. Gunstock War Club. Lincoln's Sword. Washington's Battle Sword. Replica. Captain Kidd's Sawtooth Cutlass. Reward from the Ruins at Cerros mission. I can't get anything, basically. Firearms. Double barrel pistol. First it has double barrel, then it has triple barrel, then it has quad barrel. Arrows, snares. And bait. Citizen mission items. Ebony hammer needle. This durable wooden hammer handle is made from a pure ebony. Its balanced handle and perfect grip make it pleasure to use. Hardened steel hammer head. I don't know what citizen missions are. Outfits, but I can't do anything to them. Maps. Central Boston chest, North Boston, South Boston frontier chest. The New York East chest map displays the locations of chests found in the New York's East District. Page map. Kinda expensive, you know. So how much does he... All items sold will give me only 3,000. Jesus Christ. These are like so excessive, these. I think I needed to sell like 300 or something. Okay. Yeah, 500. Okay, well I did it. Well, let's
return to Achilles.
Who stands in Parliament for Boston? For New York? For Virginia? No one. But old Sarum is represented.
What's going on in here? Are you having a tussle? The fuck is going on? Oh yeah, baby. Oh no. What the fuck? Even more of that stuff. They're in an infinite blockade thing.
We're headed to the customs house to toss some quips at the lobsters.
We're heading to the customs house to have some tussle.
We're going to ruffle some redback feathers.
Ruffling some feathers and tussling some...
With me to King Street. We'll show them.
Okay, they're running away from me. Goodbye.
What happened?
That's what we're going to find out.
Loyalists were colonists who sided with the British during the Revolution. They were also known as Tories, Royalists and King's Men, and probably also by their enemies as those bloody ass-kissing ninnyhammers, among other things. While being a loyalist might seem to you like the bad guys, that's only because you know the Patriots won. It's very easy to use history to look smart, even if you were subjected to the American education system, and system is a strong word. In fact, by some estimates, as many as 1 in 5 colonists were actively loyalist, and many more tried not to pick a side altogether. I expect the version of the story you've heard goes something like this. The loyalists were traitors who betrayed their fellow Americans to the British. That's a nice little fiction, since from a loyalist perspective the opposite was true. The colonies were founded and owned by Britain. The colonists were therefore British citizens. Thus the rebels trying to disobey the king were the real traitors here. Aha, you see, you're a country of traitors. Try spinning that. You'd also have to be pretty brave to be a loyalist, particularly if the people in your community were patriots. Known loyalists were frequently dragged from their homes, beaten, burnt with candles, or tarred and feathered. That's just in case you suffered from the illusion that the patriots always took the moral high ground.
Follow me.
Oh, patriots. Patriots were colonists who united against the British government in the Revolutionary War. Although at the time of the Revolution, patriot was something of a negative term. What we call patriots today were more likely to be called Whigs, or if you were a loyalist, rebels. The patriot motto was "No taxation without representation", a great phrase for a rabble-rousing though a poor choice of catchphrase for, say, a game show host. It's also a phrase that requires a bit of unpacking for a modern audience, by which I mean you, Desmond. The colonies didn't elect representatives to the British legislature, and because of the travel distance between Britain and America and the distinct lack of aeroplanes, it wouldn't have been practical. Instead, patriots wanted to be governed by representatives within the colonies. Of course, they did have legislatures already, but those were rather prone to being shut down by British appointed governors whenever they didn't behave properly. Do exactly what the governor wanted. It's hard to know how many people in the colonies were patriots. The best guess is between 40 and 45% of the population. The rest were either declared loyalists or people who decided to remain tactically neutral. Probably a wise choice, given that both sides were known for seizing the property of their enemies. Goddamn loyalists. Goddamn patriots. Goddamn you all. Goddamn them all to death. What the fuck, that guy is flickering.
I say again, disperse.
Thomas Preston is yelling here.
We're not going anywhere, bud.
Oi! Why did you go back to England?
No good can come of this chaos. Return to your homes, and all will be forgiven. Never.
Not until you've answered for your crimes!
You're right, cowards.
You don't scare us.
Pointing guns at unarmed.
We ain't afraid!
Is that my father?
Yes.
Yes, which means trouble is sure to follow. I need you to tail his accomplice. This crowd is a powder keg. We can't allow him to light the fuse.
But
nothing. Do as I say and go.
But aren't they
Come on, you
on the tell the suspicion man? Okay, now you get the entry for Haytham Kenway, but aren't they like supposed to be on the side of the British? So, 1725, born. Haytham Kenway is a Templar who came to the American colonies in 1754. From what we've learned, Kenway was sent here by Grandmaster Reginald Birch with a dual mission: establish his own Templar group to rival the colonial assassins, and search for clues about artifacts related to the first civilization. And when a Grandmaster tells you to do something, you do it, even if it's just a chess Grandmaster. Kenway didn't find the artifacts he was looking for. He did, however, recruit a small dedicated band of Templars. He also attempted to forge a relationship with the Ganien Kehaka in the frontier and one woman in particular, Pt.10. The two were briefly lovers, and however brief it was enough because Pt.10, unbeknownst to Haytham, ended up raising their son, Connor. I'm guessing it was Kenway who became Grand Master in the colonies and therefore the man responsible for the 1763 attack on the colonial assassins. That attack wiped out most of the membership and almost all of our records from that era. It's never been clear exactly what happened in that attack or how Kenway managed to make it such a complete surprise. In any case, I don't think I like this guy. Sorry to use such strong words.
Hey, Lobster! Go ahead! Fire your little gun!
You red back!
What? Oh, over here.
I'd as soon fight just piss on you! You reeking squad, take a swing at me, why don't you?
Tail the suspicious man. I'm tailing.
Boy, you there! What's all the fuss about?
Fire at the townhouse.
Fire at the townhouse. Fire at the townhouse, fire at the townhouse. Wait, is he a sniper or something? He's gonna snipe someone. Assassinate the shooter. Ho ho! Bonk.
Your plot is ended.
Not quite.
Another one.
Oh, damn you! Fire!
Shoot them all! I'm very happy guy. That's the shooter! Kill him! Oh shit. Escape within the given time. Escape the zone and become anonymous. Oh shit. I don't actually have a... Interesting. I don't actually have a... Goodbye, guys. I don't have smoke bombs. Are you really going to do this? I guess you are.
I need to find Achilles.
Newspaper unlocked in the ADP. You are notorious, the guards will recognize you and attack you on sight. You're spending to avoid hiding patrols. Damn. This icon indicates that you have reached notoriety level 2. Now the enemies will investigate you on sight. Boston Massacre, date March 5th, 1770. The Boston Massacre was the culmination of several fights between British soldiers and the people of Boston. A group of British soldiers fired into a crowd at point-blank range, killing 5. The reality of it is less damning to the British than it sounds. What started as an argument about a wigmaker's bill, of all things, turned into a mob. Hundreds of Boston citizens kept 8 British regulars cornered for hours. By the end of it, many were holding clubs, throwing stones and taunting the soldiers to fire. Captain Thomas Preston was in charge of the regulars and tried to defuse the situation by talking with the crowd. They asked if his soldiers' guns were loaded. He admitted that they were, but it would have been stupid for him to order them to fire since at the time he was standing in front of them. It wasn't until one of the soldiers was hit by a stone, which forced him to drop his musket, that regulars fired into the crowd against the orders of Preston, who later testified he never gave the command to fire. It's possible his men mistook the taunts of the crowd for an order. The regulars were arrested and tried for murder. 6 were acquitted, including Thomas Preston. The other 2 men were found guilty of manslaughter but had their thumbs branded in lieu of the usual sentence, which was death. One of the interesting things about the massacre is what happened afterward, that is, how both sides tried to spin it to their advantage. The fact that most people call it a massacre should give you some idea of who won this particular PR war. Revolutionaries portrayed it as an attack on colonial liberties, and images of the event, popularized by Paul Revere, showed an organized British force firing into the crowd, not a confused group of soldiers cornered by an angry mob. The British, on the other hand, referred to the incident on King Street, where we are naturally calm in a crisis, unlike our countries who insist on turning every minor confrontation into a 3-ring circus. Anyway, the wigmaker dropped his prize that it never happened again. I call it a victory for the bold. Was there something new? The Boston Massacre. This is the newspaper. Massacre on King Street. Doubtless our readers will well know that on the evening of Monday last, a squadron of soldiers formed before the custom house fired into a crowd of citizens, killing 4 and wounding many. Our readers will expect a circumstantial account of the tragical affair, but we hope they will excuse our being particularly cautious as we should be, had we not seen that the town was intending an enquiry and full representation thereof. However, some few facts appear to be established. Following upon an altercation between some lads of the town and a single posted guard at the custom house, an increasing number of citizens came to that place and with heat shouted down the guard. In like manner, a large group of citizens gathered in King Street. Captain Thomas Preston perceived from the main guardhouse his soldier in distress and left the main guard with a party of men with charged bayonets. The soldiers came pushing their bayonets, crying, "Make way!" They took place by the custom house and continued to push to drive the people off, pricked some in several places on which they were clamorous and, it is said, threw snowballs and perhaps portions of ice. The crowd counting, the soldiers shouting, "Fire, you dare not!" Taunting, the soldiers shouting, "Fire, you dare not fire!" On this and more snowballs coming, someone cried out, "Damn you, fire!" One soldier then fired, and a townsman with a cudgel struck him over the hands with such force that he dropped his firelock, and rushing forward aimed a blow at the captain's head which grazed his hat and fell pretty heavy upon his arm. However, the soldiers continued to fire successively till 7 or 8, or as some say 11 guns were discharged. By this fatal maneuver, 3 men were laid dead on the spot and 2 more struggling for life, but what showed a degree of cruelty unknown to British troops, at least since the House of Hanover has directed their operation, was an attempt to fire upon or push with their bayonets the persons who undertook to remove the slain and wounded. The dead are Mr. Samuel Gray, killed on the spot, the ball entering his head and beating off a large portion of his skull, and named Crispus Attucks, also killed instantly, 2 balls entering his breast, one of them in special goring the right lobe of the lungs and great part of the liver most horribly. Mr. James Caldwell, mate of Captain Morton's vessel, in like manner killed by 2 balls entering his back. Mr. Samuel Maverick, a promising youth of 17 years of age, son of the widow Maverick and an apprentice to Mr. Cranewood, ivory turner, a ball went through his belly and was cut out at his back. He died the next morning. Mr. Patrick Carr, about 30 years of age, who worked with Mr. Phil, litter breeches maker in Queen Street, wounded, a ball entered near his hip and went out at his side, apprehended he will die, and several others requiring surgery, suffering loss of blood, shattered bones and lodged musket balls. Governor Hutchinson has exerted himself in an effort to quell the town. He has ordered the arrest of said Captain Preston as well as the soldiers involved until such time as an investigation and general ordering of the facts can be made. So hold on. I am now...
You there? Careful now. I'm here to help.
Who are you?
Well, just a messenger. Mr. Adams wants a word.
What? Why?
Well, you'll need ask him that yourself. He'll meet you tonight near Faneuil Hall. I suggest laying low till then.
Who is Mr. Adams? Huh. Store not visited. So can I actually in any way lower my notoriety? I don't think so. Oh shit, there's like so many stuff to do, but I can't do anything because I'm being haunted. What's in this store? I haven't visited it. Let's go see.
To business.
The business. What? Another Hancock store.
Here would like.
Huh. What? Store not visited? I have visited that. What the fuck? It's lying. Why are there so many frontiersmen? Well, anyway, where do I need to go? That's not the inn, is it? I mean the dogs. Oh shit, there's dudes there. Huh, I don't think I can go inside. Not to mention, I think these guys are like... No, it's over here. Oh. Hi. Central Boston items. Central Boston items. Printers to reset your notoriety. Huh. Are you a printer? I'm supposed to... I guess deliver stuff. Or... this one. Obtain the requested items by buying, crafting, or stealing them. Paper, hair accessory, toy dolls, golden rings, and soap. Okay. Well, that wasn't the... Keep holding while pickpocketing to acquire more items. What the fuck? What the fuck? So will they actually even notice that you steal from them? I don't think they do. Oh shit. I think they noticed. Quickly. Run away. Quickly now. Hey, wait a minute. Passing through buildings, look for an open door for window to break away from your pursuers. What the fuck? Oh shit! No shooting. You wanna come here? Hello. No, he's coming back. Well, I guess I'm just going to the...
Over here, over here.
Over here, over here. Who is Samuel Adams?
You're Achilles' boy. Connor, was it? I saw what happened at the townhouse. A fine mess, that.
Who are you?
Samuel Adams, at your service.
I don't shake hands.
Achilles asked me to get you out of Boston.
Really?
The whole city's looking for you.
Oh yay, oh yay! A criminal stalks the streets, wanted in connection with the massacre at the townhouse. Citizens are advised to call the guards if they see him. £10 to whoever brings this madman.
What am I supposed to do?
It's not that guy, definitely.
You can take down these posters for a start. Return to me once you remove the others.
Oh, we got the poster removing back.
Take down those posters and then we'll talk.
Wanted posters too. Ripping down posters will slightly lower the notoriety. Samuel Adams, 1722. Samuel Adams was a Boston lawyer, a signatory of the Declaration of Independence and a prominent political figure during the lead up to the American Revolution. I think that's put your little life into perspective, hasn't it? Adams was born in Massachusetts, the son of another Samuel Adams who was a well-off merchant. Adams, the younger one, went to Harvard, graduating in 1740. He went into business for himself but was a dismal failure and ended up taking a job in the family brewery. A lot of men turned to breweries when their businesses failed, but in rather a different way. And that was fortunate for his historical legacy, since his relationship to beer may be the only reason most Americans have ever even heard of him. Adams was elected to the Massachusetts legislature in 1765, which was the beginning of his political career. He was a staunch supporter of colonists' rights, mainly the ever-popular arguments over whether British Parliament had a right to impose taxes, but wasn't pro-independence, at least not at first. I think it's fair to say he changed his mind later. Adams is often portrayed as an angry radical, but that's a bit of a biased picture. Adams disliked vigilantism for the most part, though he approved when a mob forced Boston's stamp collector to resign, so perhaps he only disliked some vigilantism. In later years, when Adams was in Congress, he refused even to join a political party because he found the idea divisive, a sentiment which he shared with George Washington, incidentally. However, Adams's reputation for being a rabble-rouser is somewhat understandable. He was a representative for the town of Boston after the Boston Massacre and succeeded in having the regulars kicked out of town. He spoke at the Old South Meeting Hall just prior to the Boston Tea Party, and it's said he gave the signal for the dumping of the tea, though there's some debate over whether he was involved, which I'm happy about, as a gentleman does not waste tea. Adams was infamous enough that he had to leave Boston for Lexington in 1775 to avoid arrest by the British, who considered him a troublemaker. When the siege of Boston began, the Massachusetts governor offered to pardon any rebels who would lay down their arms, except Adams and John Hancock. Overall, Adams certainly was a thorn in the side of British. What puzzles me is why some Americans think being an angry revolutionary was a bad thing. It got you where you are today, didn't it? Actually, hang about, yes, maybe I see their point after all. Okay, so... Is there like a optional side quest? I don't think so. There's a guy there. On the right side there's a lot of I think there's two of those guys here. But they patrol back and forth, yeah. So I can do that when they go. I don't think I can go from the upper area. Especially since I can jump up there. I mean, I can probably do like a loop around. I can probably loop from here. They don't see nothing except that sniper over there. Do they actually, those snipers, see you from the roofs? Like if you're down there? Wait, they're patrolling back and forth in here. I thought they... They didn't see shit. Meet with Sam Adams. No one sees shit. Wait a minute, it's over there. The center area. Okay.
Ah, Connor. There you are. I'd like you to meet Cyrus.
Is he the killer?
Yes.
Peace. Cyrus is on our side, or rather, for the right price, he will be.
Have you seen this man?
Watch and learn.
He will make you use magic.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Word has reached us that the man responsible for today's shooting may have been in disguise. A wig and makeup tin were found near the scene of the crime. Witnesses describe a middle-aged gentleman of pale complexion fleeing towards the war with a rifle in arms.
Thank you kindly, Cyrus.
Pleasure.
Come on, then. There's still one last
It's a
bit
town
of...
crier. You can use them as well.
Where are we going?
To the printer.
Do not raise your
Where do you think
notoriety
those
to
posters
level
came
3.
from? They're made by a machine. We need to shut it down.
Yes, are we going? Escort Sam to the underground entrance of the Green Dragon Inn. Animus database. Jackers. Hessians were German soldiers who were hired by the British to fight in the Revolutionary War. While Hessians technically referred to soldiers who were from the state of Hessen-Kassel, it came to be a blanket term for all the German mercenaries who fought in the revolution. The imprecision is easy to understand, of course. When a troop of German soldiers lines up and starts firing at you in war, only the most misguided of geography nerds would stop to ask where they're from. So me, then. Among the Hessian troops who were sent to fight in the American Revolution were at least 2 units referred to as Jaggers. These were light infantry troops known for being accurate marksmen. Accurate marksmen are very much the best sort of marksmen. The word Jagger also happens to be German for hunter, and early members of the Jagger troops were mainly comprised of experienced foresters. Again, really accurate gunmen who are good at fighting in the woods is exactly the kind of soldier you'd want for a war in the American frontier. Unsurprisingly, this made Jaggers the most feared and respected divisions of the Hessians. Damn. Jaggers. Do not raise your notoriety to level 3. Where are we going? Oh, over there. I thought he was walking and I needed to follow him. I mean, I'm incognito, like, it shouldn't be... No one should be, like, detecting me, right?
Damn it, we're too late. They've set up a checkpoint. Come on. This way.
I can go by rooftop and meet you there.
No. Better you learn about the tunnels now.
Tunnels?
The Masons have a whole network of them under the city. They're quite useful when speed and secrecy are required.
This way. Where? I guess over here. Let's go, Sam. Pretty sure they're blocking off the... No, they're not. I need to go... I guess I can get there from here, right? So are these tunnels actually the same as... Why is this guy so slow? The same as in the previous games where you basically quick travel in the city. Yeah, that's blocked off. So this was the only way to go.
Here we are then. I'll see you inside.
Enter the underground. Sequence 5, Boston's Most Wanted. What? That was it? Do not raise your like, it's not very difficult to do without racing. I mean, you'd have to just run and kill everything, I guess. Here's a nice little lantern for you. Fast travel station found, Boston Underground. The underground tunnels can be used to fast travel from one entrance to another. Use the lantern to explore the underground. Use circle to pick up or drop the lantern. So it's not just teleportation. This is actually like a tunnel. Huh. And you need to use the lantern, because otherwise it's very, very dark.
Use your lantern to light the lamps, Connor. They'll help us find our way should we get turned around.
I wonder why they built these tunnels.
I didn't want to drop that down. Follow the animal's movement to hint the path to an exit. Well, the rat went there. I mean, does it really matter? I can just run around here. Can I go down?
Excellent. Let us move on.
You can't actually see anything. I think you can go... Yeah.
Stay vigilant, Connor. Down here, everything starts...
What? Yes? You can finish your sentence. Or not. So if I light these torches...
It pains me to say it, we must follow the rats, as they often move in the direction of an exit.
Not sure if there's anything optional here if you go to the other place. One thing I wonder is if these will stay lit once you exit and come back. Well, I found the exit.
Well. You were right. I apologize for ever doubting. No wonder Achilles has taken such an interest in you.
Arse. Right about what?
I don't suppose lockpicking is part of your repertoire?
Yes, it is. Actually, I can do anything. Then he just kicks in the door. Lockpicking? What the fuck? Who needs that? Okay, so rotate the left stick to locate and hold the tension angle. I'm rotating the left stick, but... Yeah, I need to just push the direction. Rotate the right stick. Just breaking the lock. Lockpicking success.
The printer isn't far.
Fast travel stations found 2. Unlock 2 fast travel stations. This is kinda strange how they do this mission complete things. Oh, what the fuck? Why am I being searched still? I lowered my stuff. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where is the truth? What's that? Don't tread on me, a snake. Don't walk over snakes. Where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm on the other side now. Can I actually fast travel there now? Actually didn't want to do that, but... I need to dodge this guy. Wait a minute, these are different dudes. Huh. Why would they aggro me? Animus Database Printer Shop. Printing presses were originally brought to America to print religious texts, but by the time of the Revolutionary War they were also used for things like newspapers, pamphlets and broadsheets. Think of it as the colonial internet, about the same speed as dial-up. Unlike word of mouth, newspapers' articles could spread news of events from colony to colony quickly and without any loss of information. But that doesn't mean it was unbiased. Far from it. Presses were commonly used to print propaganda. Every newspaper had its slant. Thank goodness that doesn't happen nowadays. Anyway, part of what made the Boston Massacre such a turning point were reprints of Paul Revere's woodcut. It showed organized British soldiers in full formation firing point blank at an innocent crowd. A shocking image which enraged the people and fueled their hatred of the British. Completely made up, of course, but what did that matter? The public is there to be manipulated. Actually, I'd bet you could use these places to print some propaganda of your own. If the soldiers are getting too unfriendly, a little reminder that you're a hero of the people might help. So am I supposed to do that next?
You ask a great deal of me, Sam.
I know, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important, if it wasn't vital.
Fine. Just this once, though. In the future, such things will come at a price. Resetting the type is neither quick nor easy. To say nothing of the cost should I be discovered.
I shall not forget this kindness.
Nor I.
His work will see your last little bit of notoriety erased.
I didn't have any notoriety when I
To
came.
leave now that order's been restored. So, now you've had a chance to see how it all works. Untoward actions will upset the citizens and inevitably lead to the guards being called. Depending on the severity of your transgression, they may simply search a bit before giving up and returning to their posts. But should you offend them severely or repeatedly, they'll become much more aggressive in their pursuits. I've shown you 3 ways to turn the tide. Remove wanted posters, bribe town criers, or visit a printer to create your own propaganda.
This feels wrong. Why not just speak to someone and explain my innocence?
You can't be serious.
One lie with
Can't
another.
be serious.
Words on paper instantly taken as truth, and all of it without question.
They loose this beast. Or have you forgotten? I merely helped you tame and turn it round.
There
I
must
walked
be
under
another
the
way.
wagon.
Something more honest.
Well, when you find it, do let me know. But until then, we sculpt with the clay we have.
My apologies. I do not mean to sound ungrateful.
Quite all right. I was much the same at your age. You'll grow out of it.
And if I do not? If I refuse?
Then you die.
Here we are. Speak with the harbor master and he'll see you home.
Thank you for everything, Sam. I promise one day to repay the favor.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
You know what you need to do.
Like this.
You need to bend over. Underground fast travel 2. Interact with an underground tunnel entrance to access and unlock new fast travel points or select unlocked entrances to do stuff, I guess. You can fast travel easily between cities by zooming out to entirely. Once you have zoomed out, you will see all the possible regions that you can zoom into by pressing R2. Why are these people just staring at me? So... Harbor Master tutorial. I guess that's what I need to do next. I don't know what the Harbor Mastering is, but... I guess we're going to see.